Okay, to kick us off at number 25, it's a Sons choir and we're not sons anymore.
I used to be a grand shake, but now I'm told that I'm a fake, 'cause John McCain has taken it away. Hey, oh, it's so funny, 'cause we're not sons anymore, sons anymore. It's so funny, 'cause we're not sons anymore. McCain believes that he's the boss, but no one really gives a toss. It's up to us now to show him he's lost. Hey, oh, it's not funny, 'cause we're not sons anymore.
At 24, it's those young Laurel HarDays impersonators, Ian Smith and Sam Gash.
Stanley, where have you been? I've been having my music. Music. You don't know anything about music. Why are you so silly? I practice a lot. We'll sing a song, a duet. No, let's sing together. In the great mountains of Virginia, on the trail of lonesome pine, in the pale moonshine, grass and twine, where she calls her name and I call mine. Oh, you hold like the mountains are blue, like the pine, I am so for you.
At 23, Tony Bagley gets heckled by a Muppet.
£2, £2 once, twice, got
Three
£2.
times a woman!
There's always one.
At 22, all the way from Germany, it's Harry Hoppy. At 21, it's a little sketch by Stan Slade and Jim McClure.
You got hold of me, Ollie. I've got you, Stanley. Come, Ollie. Ollie. Is he holding me?
Whose side are you on?
At number 20, it's Pissed Coffee, Chris Coffee.
I really love the bass today. I really love the fact that David Wyatt couldn't answer anything in the Cash for Questions thing. He didn't perform his sketch today. He's not sounding very good memorabilia, but apart from that, it's been a great day.
At 19, it's Roger Robinson's Missing Link.
This isn't the weakest link, this is called the missing link, and apparently not just because Eric Woods is involved. Will you please welcome, incredibly live from Southend, all the way from just over there, Roger and Robinson. Oh.
And before you go, Tony, do you have anything else to say? Right. Goodbye, you are missing me.
You got told that the injector to be voted on. So how do you think it went?
I think it was a bit of a fix. I should have won, but the best thing is, in the morning, Anne will still look like Norman Bates' mother.
At 18, it's that intergalactic Neasy Easy Nosy champion.
A decision. A technical draw.
never been known of in the history of these Easy Nosy competition. Right, Denise from Derby said that she will look after this because Zog has to nip off. They are going to get married and they would like to announce their engagement tonight. Zog has actually asked if he could take these ears off if he could have them.
At 17, Ian Parker announces some strict rules for Easy Nosy.
Competitors are to start with both hands on their respective knees, and that is your own knees, not anybody else's, your own. Hands must touch simultaneously, together, and at the same time. People with one leg can use the same knee. People with one or less ears can simulate the grabbing of the ear. Similarly, people with no noses are allowed the same privilege. People with two noses will be asked to leave immediately. People with more than two legs must nominate the two legs they're going to use to the judges prior to the competition. All illegal performance-enhancing substances are banned. They include mustachio, sassafras, tutti frutti, and chocolate ice cream with or without chocolate.
No chocolate. That's a harsh word.
At 16, it's an official opening ceremony by the Mayor of Wigan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those who don't know, it's Michael Winstanley, His Worshipfulness the Mayor of Wigan. And after today, will also be an honorary bacon.
Pardon?
No.
Take two.
A dirty worker.
2007. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me along to this. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. When the job came in, I was more than delighted to come along and open your. Is it the 18th?
The 18th.
The 18th festival, Laurel HarDays. Now old enough to drink.
It's an annual event.
So thank you very much. I've been a Laurel and Hardy fan for years and years and years. So without further ado, I'll pretend that we've not been in this room before. Officially open your thunder.
At 15, it's the former champion, Paul Flynn.
First things first, I'd just like to say it's been a bit tall for me for starters. It's been an honour and a privilege to be Easy Nosy champion for 2 years running. But there's also another championship which I had, which I didn't know about. Because the first time I won this trophy, beside that, I'm only going for the right money, get it right. I got this trophy home for the first time and I thought, oh, it's a bit loose, you know, maybe they knocked it together quick, you know, when they were pissed up. And I lifted the front up and I found out I was 1978 Wigan wrestling champion. So, don't piss about with me!
At 14, it's that legend himself, Stormy Norman. At number 13, it's the Loyal Toast.
So, Stan Laurel.
Mr. Oliver Noble Hardy.
Birmingham's very own, Charlie Hall.
Poor old Laughing Gravy.
And from Scotland, James Henderson Finlayson.
Red Cavalier. If anyone has this car, they can please move it.
Tell me that again.
Hey, you!
The Ford Escort.
I'd like to
propose a toast to Chris Coffey and his team.
At number 12, it's Soak the Sheep.
You best get a wet early.
On my head, son. On my head. On my head, son.
It looks like a newborn baby under my hand.
At number 11, it's Our Relations Fortunes.
We've got the Carter family first up. And first of all, we're going to meet
Joe. Hi, I'm Claire, and I think we're going to win.
Now it's time to meet the Bill and Jupiter family. First of all, let's meet Mr. Bill Bailey. Hi Bill, how are you doing?
I like curry.
And now, let's go and meet our next contestant, Mr. Kevin the Jupiter Heppelstone.
Is this on camera?
It was good of Bill and Jupiter to come up to Wigan and do that filming at short notice. Name a musical instrument featured in a Laurel HarDays film.
Kevin?
Kevin?
A piano.
Kevin said piano. Let's see if it's on the board. It's our top answer. Well done. Bill, name a musical instrument featured in a film. Harp. It's the accordion. Oh! Name an object that Ollie assaults Stan with.
Spade. A spade.
A spade. It's Eric's house actually. We surveyed last night 200 people in the beer engine. And of course to our victorious contestants here. Bill and Jupiter won a quiz. This is going to be in history.
At number 10, we made it to Sky News.
People wearing ill-fitting suits and bowler hats descended on Wigan today. They've gathered in the Lancashire town to celebrate the work of America's first cinema double act, the great Stan and Ollie.
In 1920, Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy worked together for the first time in the film Lucky Dog. 3/4 of a century later, and their movies are as popular as ever, especially among this lot. These are Sons of the Desert, members of the official Laurel and Hardy Appreciation Society, and they've gathered in Wigan for their annual convention.
Even though you've seen it 1,000 times before, you just can't help laughing, and that's the gift.
On offer at the get-together not far from Ulverston in Cumbria, where Stan Laurel was born, is a selection of merchandise, some good, some not so good, and a selection of impressions, some good.
Stan, how are you, Stan?
Okay, thank you. Some not so good.
What do you think, Stanley?
Gary Cottrell, Sky News in Wigan.
At number 9, it's a bullseye.
It's a bullseye!
Name the grand sheep that's being modelled over by Jack.
Oh, I surely do know. It's happy.
Hey, John. Hey, Willie. Hey, Chris. Hey, Eric. And AJ special prize. You're sure to be in a spin if it's Bullish Star Prize you win.
Stay out of the black. And in the red.
And in the red.
Nothing in this game for 2 peas in a Honda. It's an AJ!
I've had a fantastic day, and I'm really happy to be here, but we're going to grumble.
They've decided that they've had a fabulous day, they've had a cracking fun, and they're going to take the prizes and leave.
You have to get 101 or more.
Because of the slight accident in wheeling the prize around the back of the club earlier on, we decided we'd let them have the star prize anyway. Big round of applause. Big applause and rounds, please. There you go. There's the star prize.
At number 8, it's Jupiter on Take Your Pick.
There you go. Is it switch on that, guys? Is it on? Yeah. Thank you.
At number 7, it's Ray Saunders and Simon Wolf. At number 6, it's Ronnie Hazelhurst and his orchestra.
I've always loved film music, and I've admired Ronnie, anybody who writes the amount of music that he's written for television. Basically, why the Laurel and Hardy music?
Well, it really all started when I was about 4 or 5 years old. I used to go to the flea pit at the end of the road I was born in Duckinfield in Cheshire. If you're listening, I'm not talking for nothing, please. And I used to watch the Laurel and Hardy shorts. I wasn't really into music in those days, but I've always loved Laurel and Hardy.
At number 5, it's Jean Darling.
The reason we invited Jean Darling is not just the fact that she appeared in the Laurel and Hardy film, but she knew them quite well on the lot.
Stan called me Gee Wee Little String Bean, and this made Babe want to upchuck. He just did not like that. The Art Gang stage was here, and the Laurel and Hardy stage was here, and in between was a loading bay, and then there was the prop department. And so we could go from one stage to the other, but we were not, the gang kids were not allowed on Stan and Babe's set because Babe did not like kids. Oh, yes, well, Stan fancied my mother. Lois got ballistic when she read about that. She went absolutely ballistic because I think everybody knows Stan was a ladies' man. He was dapper and he was stylish and he had charm and a twinkle. I thought you were supposed to interview me. I've been doing a monologue.
At number 4, it's the Avalon Boys.
In a good old summertime, in a good old summertime, strolling down the shady lane with a love so fine. So take your hand and you take her, and that's a very good sign. She's your today, a good old summertime. dancing, smiling like prancing. You do the tango jiggle with a Texas Tommy ring. Take your partner and you hold her, a little bolder, a little bolder. Just work your shoulders, snap your fingers, one and all in the hall at the ball. That's all, some ball. Down on the South Sea Island, underneath the beauty of the stars, straight upon some natives who were strumming on their guitars. A hula maid was dancing, and I asked her from a paradise. This is what I told her, as I gazed into her eyes. Honolulu, baby, when you get those eyes, and a dark complexion, I lie. Honolulu, baby, when you get that style, and Honolulu pretty red, and that sunny smile.
At number 3, it's all about the statue with Bill Cubbin.
There is to be a statue of Laurel HarDays in Ulverston, and this is the winning entry.
Hey.
And I think the only difference will be that in the statue eventually, instead of the American type lamp, we'll have the old Ulverston gas lamp. But I think this is a wonderful project. It wants supporting. There's a lot of money to be raised before it is a reality. And I think to have a statue, which will be the world's first statue, public statue for Laurel HarDays anywhere, would be a wonderful thing.
At number 2, it's a very strict rule in Neasy Easy Nosy.
Hands on knees, everyone. Competitors ready. Judges ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes.
Improperly dressed. You're not allowed to do easy, easy nosy in your underwear.
And at number 1, it's Chris Coffey in his classic interview from 1994.
I think it's gone excellent, but one thing has really made it is we have tents from the northwest, presented by John Roper of the Warrington tent, and people have come over from Yorkshire, presented by Dave Thackeray of the County Hospital tent in Bradford. And I think they've even run a double-decker bus that they couldn't get them all. So it's absolutely marvellous. It's really good.
Are there plans for a third one in the pipeline?
It's an annual event.
Definitely.
It's an annual.
It's got to be. It has got to be.
It's an annual event. I keep walking around telling everybody it's an annual event now. But apart from that, it's an annual event.